Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
How's everyone doing? It's good to see everyone.
Good to see you.
It's spooky season, and we're talking about your spooky movie, which is amazing. John, I wanted to start with you. I mean, you know, there's so much amazing stuff happening in the genre right now for horror, thriller, and everything. Is there pressure sometimes or overwhelming feelings that there's so much happening and there's such a big appetite for it? And if you kind of understand what I'm saying, like, do you thrive under that pressure a little bit in that genre?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're definitely like, when you sit down to like write or come up with an idea, you're like, man, the market is so oversaturated. Like, you know, you feel like you're working really hard on something that nobody needs, you know. But you know, I think you just try to put your whole heart and soul into it and hope that it will come out as something unique.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But with this movie, I was definitely trying to like make it as contemporary as possible. I mean, I just feel a modern world, like what's happening right now, and I mean, in the world is just, there's so much material there for horror movies.
100%. It was Usman. Yeah. I'm wondering if you understand what I mean by this, because I don't want to go into big spoilers, but I hope you understand what I mean. One of my favorite things about this movie is the blending of like the traditional horror kind of tropes and kind of the new age stuff, because there's different ways to scare people and everything. I'm curious if you saw that in the script, because it does have the jump scares, the monsters, but it's got a lot of other kind of new things, I feel like, as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably what drew me to this script, was that there was space for all this sort of interesting psychological stuff going on as well. Yeah. Particularly in the world of the parents, that they're being changed by what they're witnessing with their daughter, that they're worried that their daughter's going through something, but in reality, it's them that's going through this strange change and becoming more and more cautious or overwhelmed. So I think the opportunities were really there, particularly as the movie goes into like the final third, if you will, where you get more of this sense of, yes, there's this monster, this creature, but there's also this other sort of sinister feel about it. And it was really fun being able to like mine that and find it in the script, you know.
100%. And Sarah, you know, your character's thrown in a situation where there's a lot happening. She's got to make a lot of decisions. She's got to figure out a lot of stuff. Like, I feel like that's a really fun character to play, but I'm just curious, like, from preparation standpoint, like, what's the mindset knowing that your character's basically being thrown in the fire, so to speak?
Oh, I guess I was like trying to track, because like also throughout the film, like she's still trying to find herself. She's trying to find who she is. She's a teenager. I'm trying to find like her identity. So I feel like I was just kind of tracking where she is at along with the story and like where things align. Yeah, that was like my main approach for it.
No, it's interesting. John, what are some things that come to mind right away? Like, you know, you're making this film, the script and everything. What are some elements you really wanted to be in? Because you said a little bit in the beginning, but like, you know, was it kind of having a balance of, you know, the growth of these characters and the scary components? Like, what was kind of the main thing you really wanted for this film?
There were like so many elements that I was juggling in my head all at once. I mean, there's the just the contemporary satire of contemporary modern day technology. Mm-hmm. But I think the idea that I tried to like kind of cling to as like a guiding through line was it's just the story of this this character, Asha, who's it's just about somebody who's trying to calm down but can't. And over the course of the film, she kind of figures out what it means to be Zen, you know. Mm-hmm. She, you know, and it's not necessarily like what she needs to be Zen isn't necessarily what she thought she needed. Mm-hmm. And she kind of has to go on this journey where she's like, you know, separated from technology, which she was kind of like leaning on really heavily, but she also has to kind of go outside her comfort zone and interact with people that she wouldn't normally interact with, and she has to show like bravery and courage and and also get through to her parents in a way that she wasn't connecting with them on before. And I think Sarah just did a really good job of tracking that over the course of the film, and the Zen moment that she has at the end really feels earned, I think.
Oh, absolutely. Grimcutty is going to be streaming on Hulu in October. Thank you all for your time. It was so great chatting with you.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.